All right, looks like I'm live. What's going on, everybody? Thanks for joining me here. I'm gonna check my audio real quick, man, because I've been having some issues with this headset, man. I'm gonna check it real quick. All right, looks like I'm live. What's going on, everybody? Okay, sounds good. So, hopefully everybody tunes in because I got a few things I want to say here, man. This is not gonna be a long video, man. I'm thinking maybe 15, 20 minutes at the most. I'm not gonna have any guests on today. This is just me. All right. I want to speak on this the Canelo Alvarez situation. What's going on here, man? Um, I made a couple videos a few months back about the fight that was supposed to be happening was him and Billy Joe Saunders. And I came on talking about how I thought that was a good fight for him. Stylistically, I thought it was a good fight. And a few of his fans came and disagreed. Actually, I had one of his hardcore fans on with D Style and myself, and we talked about it for a little bit. People saying that I was giving Billy Joe too much credit. That he's not that good and this and that. But these guys want to praise Canelo if he was to knock him out. So it just doesn't make much sense to me. But anyway, I want to say this, man. Billy Joe, you making me look bad, all right? Because I was giving you some credit uh, for stepping up to fight a guy like Canelo, and I was giving Canelo full credit for taking the fight with you. But man, really, man, you're gonna drop out now? 8 weeks to train. There's not enough time, I guess. That's crazy, man. Um, you know what, man? You lost a lot of respect for me, man. I mean, you came out, you made a video about, you know, domestic violence and stuff like that early in the pandemic, and then now you pull this type of punk stuff, man. Billy Joe's a punk, man, straight up. Um, you had a good opportunity, man, to make a name for yourself. Uh, if you did well against Canelo, but you decided to be a punk and drop out, man. So you know, I'm through with this guy, man. I'm not giving him any more passes. All right, that's it. He's done. So now that he's out of the picture, I've been on record saying that I think that um, Triple G should get a shot again because I'm the type of dude. Again, if you're in a close fight with somebody, you should get another shot. I think that um, the last fight that they had, Canelo and Triple G, was a close fight. Could have went either way. I actually scored it for uh, Golovkin, but it's one of those fights where somebody says that they thought Canelo won, and it's not even worth arguing. It was, to me, it was that close. There was close rounds. Could have went either way, but he's certainly a guy who's in the mix, I guess. Um, then you got guys like the Caleb Smith. Who else? Plant, Benavidez. These are all guys at 168. Canelo's fought there, so you know he could fight any of those guys. But I'll be honest, man. I don't think any of those guys are ready. To be honest with you personally, like I think stylistically, in my opinion, Benavidez is the toughest challenge because of his size and his activity. Out of all those guys I just named, I mean, Plant issues. I mean, Plant has some things that he could do to give Canelo some problems. I see Nopal says Durrell. I don't know, maybe Durrell. But what I really want to talk about is this: the two guys that a lot of people have been talking about that should be the guys who face Canelo. I do agree, D Style. Benavidez versus Canelo would be a great fight. Um, but here's what I want to talk about: the guys who a lot of people have been saying should fight Canelo, and Canelo's been either ducking or Canelo's been um, or these guys will beat Canelo, one or the other, is Andrade and Charlo. Okay. Now here's what I'm going to say. Now this is just my opinion. Okay. Now before I get into what I'm going to say, I want to say this first about Charlo and Andrade. Okay. I think both of these guys are good. And I think that both of these guys deserve a shot to fight Canelo. No doubt about it. Um, it's unfortunate what's happened to both of these guys. But my thing is this. Okay. My thing is this, man. These guys, for whatever reason it may be, they just, man, looking at who these guys have fought, like, I don't know what would give anybody the idea that Charlo or Andrade is just going to walk into the ring and beat Canelo. Maybe you guys could explain it to me. I don't know. I mean, are you going strictly off eye test or what? I mean, I don't really like going just off eye tests. Like I need to see some things in the ring before I could say, you know what, yeah, this guy could definitely beat him. I'm just gonna say it right now, man. If he gets Charlo or Andrade, I think he beats them both. No doubt about it. I think he beats them both. Um, and it's not because I don't think that they're any good. It's just like I don't know how I can even begin to say Charlo or Andrade based off of who they've been in the ring with and what they've done with these guys. Like how could I even begin to say like okay, these guys for sure can beat Canelo? I've heard this from several guys on YouTube in the YouTube boxing community. I know that's not what it's called anymore, but um, what is it? Just I mean, it's strictly just the eye test from what I'm seeing, because I mean, let's just look at some of these guys that they've been in with. Let's just go the last 5 fights, okay? Let's start with Canelo first, okay? Canelo has fought Triple G twice, right? 2 times, I believe. I'm going off memory here. Triple G twice, got a draw and beat him the second time. Then I believe he fought Rocky Fielding, I think, who again is, I mean, come on, Rocky Fielding. He's a nobody. I never even heard of this dude until Canelo fought him. Then he fights Jacobs and Kovalev, right? Knocks out Kovalev, becomes a 4 division champion. So I mean, he's been in there with good opponents. I mean, again, the Fielding fight for me was just I mean, it could have been somebody else. Kovalev's a good win. I mean, even though Kovalev coming off short rest, he did fight like a little bitch, you know. But that's a different story. But that's out of 4 out of 5. I mean, that's good. That's good competition there. I felt he clearly beat Jacobs. I didn't feel like that was controversial at all. So yeah, he's done well, man. His last 5 fights. But let's go back. Let's look at who these guys have been fighting, Andrade and Charlo. I mean, these guys. I mean, I don't even know their rankings, man. But I can't imagine any of these guys are ranked in the top 10. The last 5 guys that they both fought. I mean, Fox. This is Andrade. He fought a dude named Fox. This guy's name, man, I can barely pronounce this guy's name. Kwantu Inakua, Arkovov, Selyuk, whatever his name is, Keeler. I mean, who are these guys? Who the hell are these guys? I don't know any of these dudes that Andrade's been fighting. Charlo fought Highland, Centino Jr., Korovov, Adams, Hogan. I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, what out of I just don't know, man. I don't see how fighting these dudes can prepare him for Canelo. These dudes are nowhere near Canelo's level. And some of these fights, I mean, the Andrade, I mean, he hasn't been looking good, man. In my opinion. I mean, I'm for the fight. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that Canelo should just bypass these dudes and that he should just, not fight him at all just because they haven't fought anybody. But what I'm saying is this: is why are so many people thinking that these guys could just go on there and just beat Canelo and that's it based off of this? I mean, to me, this just doesn't do it for me, man. This doesn't do it for me. I think both of these guys are skilled, and their styles, certain things about their styles can give Canelo some trouble, but I don't know, man. I mean, going in there against, I mean, these are some tomato cans here, man, that I just named off on both Charlo and Andrade's resume. These are, I mean, Hall of Fame tomato cans. I mean, I don't know. I can't. I just can't. I'm just gonna say right now. Like I said, I've already said it. I think Canelo beats these dudes, both of them, if he fights both of them. Um, but these guys, man, like this is terrible, man. This is a terrible last five fights for both of these dudes. They should. I mean, really, PBC. I mean, what are you guys doing with Charlo? I know Andrade has been over at the Zone, but I don't know, man. I can't. Based off of who these guys have fought and how they've looked, like I just can't. I can't sit here and say that he's Canelo scared of these dudes. You know, he's you know, he don't want no smoke with these dudes. Um, based off of what? I mean, they're beating. Like I said, they're beating tomato cans. You know what I'm saying? I'm not dropping no links today, man. I'm just gonna get some stuff off my chest. That's it, man. Maybe on another video we could do that. I don't have time tonight, man, to go that long. I'm actually going back to work tomorrow. I haven't been working 4 months, so I'm going back to work. So I don't have a lot of time to have a long conversation with any of you guys. I mean, I would love to, but tonight is just not the night. I got to get my stuff ready for work in the morning. But yeah, I'm just saying, based off of what these dudes have been in the ring with and how they've looked against some of these dudes. I mean, these are not impressive names, and these performances have not been that impressive to me. So I don't know I really don't know um what people are seeing when they. I mean, it just has to be eye test alone that makes these guys say that he's gonna beat Canelo. That's not enough for me, man. I mean, this is just my opinion. It's not enough for me, you know. Just watching how they fight and how and what then the speed and things like that. I mean, I know Andrade he's southpaw, he's very unorthodox, he's long. Charlo's, he's quick and he's got power, but I don't know. I don't know, man. Based off of this, I can't pick either one of these guys to beat Canelo. I just can't. But these guys are the front runners. I mean, for me, like I said, Plant, Smith, Benavidez. I mean, I don't know if Canelo's going to be back at light heavyweight. I seriously doubt it. But those three guys at 168, I mean, I just don't think that they're quite ready. These guys, I mean, Andrade, these dudes are like 30 years old, man. They haven't fought anybody yet, man. Like that's terrible. That's terrible, and I'm not blaming them. This is obviously bad management. You know, this is really bad management. I don't know what this guy's dropping this number here for, but you know, um, what is he talking about? Fred, I don't know what is he doing? Barbers. Oh well, that's hey man, go right ahead. That's on you. Um, but yeah, I can't do the eye test thing um alone. That's not enough for me, man. I still want to see the fights though. I mean, they both keep saying that they want them. I mean, my thing is this, I need something more than this to really say, you know what? Yeah, these guys got a good shot against Canelo. You know what I'm saying? Uh I don't know, man. I don't know. I was hoping maybe a few guys that uh liked the Charlo matchup and the Andrade matchup against Canelo would come on so that maybe they could explain why they think these guys could beat him. But I'm not seeing it, man. I can't do it just based off the eye test, man. That's not enough for me. Not enough. So I don't know, man. Let's see. Chicano provinces, this 30-year-olds. need to get going. Absolutely, absolutely, man. Like this is this is this is bad. This is bad. I mean, this is trash. These guys that they've been in here with. I bet if I could find the rankings on some of these dudes, I doubt any of these dudes are close to the top 10, man. Maybe one of you guys. I wish AJ 10 was still around. He could do that. But um, man, I can only imagine what these rankings are for these dudes. Like I said, some of these dudes I can't even pronounce their damn name. I don't even know who they are. And I'm a hardcore fan. Like I watch all the fights. You know what I'm saying? I watch all of them. I don't know who these dudes are that they're fighting. Thank you, Chicano. I mean, we're talking about Canelo here, bro. We're not talking about other channels. But yeah, I'm officially going on record and saying this. If either one of these guys, whether it be Charlo or Andrade, get him next, or get Canelo next, I think Canelo beats him, man. I just do. This is to me, this does not get you prepared for a Canelo fight. And like I said earlier, it's not their fault. You know, they don't make the matchups. You know, I mean, I don't think they have that kind of pool. I mean, a guy like Canelo, you know, he could pretty much pick whoever he wants to fight. You know, but I mean, I'm all for it if the fights happen. I'm not saying that they shouldn't get the fight. I'm just saying, based off who they've been in with their last 5 fights, like I don't see how some people could just say that he's scared of these dudes or that these dudes could beat him. Like I don't know. Yeah, no, Paul. Maybe you could find out some of these dudes that I named off if they're in the top 10. Any of Charlo or Andrade's last 5 fighters, man. Last 5 fights, you know. My boy D Style says Canelo should fight Charlo. That is a name for him. It's a name, yeah, for sure. And hey, I'll take it. I'm not saying he shouldn't fight him. I just don't think oh, he could have fought him. Isn't that the whole franchise thing, right? That he was the number one contender or something like that. Yeah. I mean, we spoke on that too, but man, for me, man, I don't know. These last 5 fights, man, are not very good. I'm sorry. He sure did accept that fake belt too, you know? I don't understand. I just don't understand that the franchise stuff. You know what I'm saying? Chicano says, "Don't ask me. I'm too lazy and too stoned to be the fact check." I feel you, man. Oh yeah. So at 160, if he's gonna stay at 160, the guys there are Charlo and Andrade, obviously. But man, I don't think either one of these guys can beat him, man. Especially based off the guys they've been in there with, man. This is just not good comp. You know what I'm saying? My boy says there isn't a bunch of dudes for him to fight, really, and GGG isn't jumping shot tonight. Yeah, I mean, Triple G, he's old. I mean, he was old in the first fight, and I thought he won it. Second fight, he's even older. You know, now he's a fossil. You know. Well, I mean, he didn't have a lot of fights either. You know, at the time that he got the Canelo fight, I think he had like less than 20 or right around 20 at the time that he got that fight. I mean, he looked good against Paul Williams. I thought that was one of the worst robberies I ever seen. And his fight against Angulo, I know a lot of people say, well, Angulo dropped him a couple times. I don't see nothing wrong with that. You know, this is boxing. You get caught, you get knocked down, get your ass up, keep fighting. You know, he made Angulo quit. You know, and it's not like Angulo at the time wasn't that bad. You know what I'm saying? No, Paul says, nah, their opponents are not ranked. Yeah. See, I don't want to hear Canelo. No, I want to see the fights for sure. I want to see him fight these dudes. I just want to understand how some of these dudes think that Charlo's just going to walk in there and beat him easy. Like I've been hearing that from some dudes. I'm not going to name drop anybody, but I've been hearing dudes say Charlo and Andrade they could both beat him easy. You know. No, no. I think he should fight both of them. I think they both deserve a shot in that division for sure. No doubt about it. I just don't see how people are saying that he could that these two guys are just that good, to walk in there and beat them like that. I don't see that. Especially based off the guys they've been in there with. You know what I'm saying? Um it's just that it's the eye test is not enough for me, man. Like I said, I think there are some things that they could do, but I see no Paul. He says because no Paul arguing they don't deserve. I think they do. I mean, who else is there at 160? You know, who else is there besides Triple G? You know, I don't know, man. But yeah, I just that's really what I wanted to say, man. Was that I don't so I'm not trying to make it seem like I'm bashing Charlo or Andrade. And it's not their fault. This is obviously management, man. Like I don't know what PBC is doing with Charlo. I mean, this is bad, dude. Same thing with Andrade. Like, these guys are these are nobodies, I don't know, man. Chicano Prophet says, will anyone at 160 try to take over the division now that there's an opening? I don't know. Hopefully Canelo fights one of these dudes at 160, It's not my concern. The resume people saying they can beat Canelo is okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with it. I mean, if somebody thinks that Charlo and Andrade could beat him, I'm like, I mean, that's cool. I just don't see it, based off of this, you know, based off who they've been in there with. A lot of cans here, man. A lot of cans. And like I said, he's been active. I mean, he's fought uh 3 champions out of his last 5 opponents. So he's been doing. And I've said this before. I know I've been called a Canelo hater in the past and things like that, but I've said he's been doing much better lately. You know, um, like I said, the Jacobs fight, the Kovalev, those are big on the resume. Yes, the ring will settle it for sure, man. And I want to see that. I want to see the fights. I would love to see him. I'm never going to say something like, "Well, hey, these guys don't deserve it." I think they're certainly two of the best in that division. If Canelo's going to campaign at 160, obviously he's going to be the number one guy. Then you could put either one of these dudes behind them. But man, they haven't been in there with much, and it's not enough for me to say that they could beat him for sure. No, Paul. Charlo is actually the boogeyman for no reason. Both of them kind of are. I mean, they've stood out. I mean, who else has stood out at 160 besides Canelo, Triple G, Charlo, and Andrade? Says, yeah, Canelo has become a punching bag for sure. He's easy to target and criticize, but also his fanboys that think any criticism is bad. I know. I know. Let's know, Paul. Say I call him Free Belt Charlie. Well, I mean, I know you're a big Canelo fan, no, Paul, and that's cool, man. That's cool if you want to be, but sometimes I think you got to come down from Mars when it comes to certain things. But yeah, I'm like I said, I'm rolling with Canelo, man. That's all I really wanted to say. There wasn't a whole lot I had to get off my chest. I wanted to bash Billy Joe a little bit because he made me look stupid for going out and saying that, yeah, I think he'll give Canelo some trouble. Then the guy pulls out of the fight. Says he doesn't have enough time, which is some punk stuff, man. Come on. These guys. I mean, like I said, I'm just going off of what they've been in there with, man. If the fights happen, I'm all for it. I'll watch them. I'll be right there watching it. I'll make my prediction video. Hopefully, you guys are there to see that one. And who knows? Maybe I'll call the fight if we get them. COVID's ramping back up again, so we'll see if anything happens in the in the fall or the winter, man, because it's gonna get worse, man. But yeah, it's been about 25 minutes, man. I only wanted to go about 20. I just want to talk. I guess just want to talk about Charlo and Andrade, who they've been in there with, and how I just don't think that's enough for me to say that they could beat him. Like I'm rolling with Canelo against either guy. You know, just my honest opinion. And but you never know, man. We'll see. The thing, like D Style said, it's got to be settled in the ring at the end of the day. I can sit here and say all I want. I can sit here and trash their resume all I want. But if they go in there and beat them, then hey, that's the way. It's the nature of the business. You know what I'm saying? But I'm glad that you guys were able to join me here, man. I appreciate it. I'm gonna end this thing. I'm gonna try to go live tomorrow when I get home from work. We'll see how that goes, man. I haven't been back to work in 4 months, dude. So it's gonna be hard getting up early and heading in. But I appreciate you guys being there, man. But I'm out, man. I'll see you guys tomorrow.